I'll tell you what's also not helping to make our neighborhoods safer: the growing crisis at our southern border. Absolute shame. And the Biden administration completely lacks the urgency to fix it. And it's getting worse every day. I guess nobody cares. We've already surpassed 1 million illegal immigrants since President Biden was inaugurated. And remember, this data is looking at the illegal immigrants and the drugs that the Customs and Border Protection catches. We don't know how many have slipped by or how many pounds of dope have slipped by. We just know the ones that we've caught. President Biden is only making matters worse, folks. As our colleagues on the Homeland Security Government Affairs Committee found, the Biden administration is spending $2 billion to not build the wall. We're paying $2 billion. The taxpayers in this country are paying $2 billion to not build a wall. That's right. That's $3 million every day of your taxpayer money wasted just to not build something that would help fix this crisis. The bare minimum we should expect to happen at the border would be to make sure illegal immigrants we do not apprehend have a court date so a judge can review their asylum claim. I mean, that's common sense. But according to a recent report, 50,000 illegal immigrants have been released into the United States in the last few months without a court date. Yet 13% of those have bothered to show back up, 13%. We're going to trust them to come over here and just do it on their own. That's not going to happen. At best, this hurts those who come into this country actually looking to plead their asylum case. At worst, it's giving free rein for people to violate the law. At best, this hurts those who come to this country actually looking to plead their asylum case. At worst, it's given free rein. Congress needs to pass my bill, S-107, that would require the DHS provide notice to appear after releasing the illegal immigrants into our country. It just makes common sense. But as we've seen, too many folks in charge don't have any common sense when it comes to enforcing the law. Everybody can see violent crime rising in big cities. They can see the Biden administration turning a blind eye to a continually growing catastrophe on the southern border. The American people are right to question. They're right to question President Biden and the Democrats' commitment to rule of law. They question their commitment to keeping our citizens and neighborhoods safe. Now, I'm painting a pretty big picture here, but you got to call it as you see it. But there are things we in the Senate can do to make the situation better. We can do things here, right in this room right here, to make things better. It starts with everybody fully supporting our law enforcement, because if we don't, one day we're going to regret it. We need to improve morale and recruit the best and brightest in our police forces to keep our communities safe. We should also empower all law enforcement to address the negative effect at our border crossing. This is the local and state police. The Empowering Law Enforcement Act that I presented a few months ago would give them the power to take over for ICE, which basically they have been handcuffed. My bill would grant this and give the authority to investigate and identify, which we at this moment don't have. If the Biden administration won't enforce the law, let's give local and state law enforcement the opportunity to do it. Folks, wanting safe communities is something every American wants and deserves. We elect public officials, we pay taxes and trust our governments to ensure safety for the greatest number of people possible. It's pretty much impossible to have good jobs and good schools if you don't have safe neighborhoods. And it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see that. If the people don't feel safe, the government and we as government officials have failed to perform its most basic function. Failure of this is not an option. So to reverse this crime, this rising crime, Let's support the very people who put their lives on the line every day. I certainly do, and I encourage the President and members of this body to support every member of our law enforcement. Madam President, I yield the floor.